Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. I'm Susan from Tiara Lace Crochet. Today I'd like to share with you how to crochet the Rosebud granny square using US terminology throughout. I've used a DK yarn for the project today, but you can use any yarn you prefer. It looks great in a 2, 3, 4, 5 weight even, but as I'm using a DK yarn today, we're going to be using a 4mm hook. You'll also need a pair of scissors, a stitch marker and a little yarn needle for weaving in all those ends. So let's get started with the tutorial. Begin with a slip knot on your hook and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in the first chain you made, insert your hook into the top loop, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook to complete your 4 chain ring. For round 1, chain 1, insert your hook into the center of the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 to work a single crochet. Go ahead and work a total of 8 single crochets in the ring and I'll meet you at the end of round 1. At the end of round 1, just check you do have 8 single crochets. Ignore the chain 1 here and pop your hook under the top 2 loops of the first single crochet and work a slip stitch like so to close the round. Now for round 2, we're going to start with a chain 1 that doesn't count and then work 2 single crochets back into the same stitch. And then you need to work 2 single crochets in each stitch around and you'll end up with a total of 16 single crochets. So go ahead and I'll meet you at the end of round 2. So we're at the end of round 2 and once again just count to check you do have 16 single crochets and pop your hook under the top 2 loops of the first single crochet and work a slip stitch like so to close round 2. Now we need to pop a stitch marker in this loop here. We'll come back to the white yarn for round 4. Now we're going to start round 3 and we need to attach the green yarn in the stitch just after the stitch where we fastened off here. So I've got my green yarn, I lay it over my finger like so and then pop my finger at the back of the work and I'm going to insert my hook in the next stitch to that stitch marker and work a total of 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. The first 2 chains count as a half double crochet and this little chain counts as the top of the V stitch. Next, yarn over, insert your hook back in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 3 stitches or 3 loops on your hook to create your very first V stitch. Now we're going to work 1 chain between the V stitches and skip a chain, or skip a stitch and then work a V stitch into the next stitch. So the V stitch comprises of a half double crochet, 1 chain and a half double crochet. Next, chain 1 and skip 1 and half double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet in the next stitch. So continue this sequence until the end of round 3. You should have a total of 8 V stitches. So I've just completed the last V stitch and you chain 1, make sure the stitch marker's in the front and then find the second of those first 3 chains you made and slip stitch in there. Then yarn over, pull through, snip your yarn to finish off round 3. Just pull through and give that a little tug. Now for round 4 we need to reattach the loop. I'll pop the loop back on our hook, remove the stitch marker, and we're going to start round 4. So for round 4 we start with a total of 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then skip over the V-stitch and work a double crochet into the skipped stitch on round 2. So chain 3, skip a V-stitch and work a double crochet into the skipped stitch on round 2. Chain 3, and again work a double crochet into the skip stitch on round 2, working over round 3 as you go. This is how it looks. So continue with this sequence and I'll meet you when you've done your last double crochet here. So work your last 3 chains, find the third of your beginning 6 chains, 1, 2, 3, insert your hook and work a slip stitch to close the round. And we need to pop a stitch marker in that loop. We'll come back to this white yarn in a little while. Okay, so this is how it's looking. For round 5, if you pull round 4 forwards and then attach your pink yarn in any V-stitch, chain 2 and work 4 half double crochets in the same V-stitch. Then pull the loop up a little, remove your hook, find the second of your first 2 chains, insert your hook, replace the loop on your hook and pull it through like so to close, and now you've made a popcorn stitch or a rosebud. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Next work 5 half double crochets into the next V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pull the loop up slightly, remove your hook, find your first half double crochet, insert your hook under the top of the stitch, pop the loop back on your hook and pull through and tighten to close. And there you've made your second popcorn stitch or little rosebud. So you continue this sequence all the way round to the end of round 5. So go ahead and I'll meet you in a few seconds when you reach here. So this is the last little rosebud and I've done chain 3. This was our first rosebud. If you look just towards the back, you'll see a little space here. If you work a slip stitch in there to close, and then yarn over, pull through, snip your yarn and pull through to close. And that's the end of round 5. So all we do now is pop those little rosebuds into the 3 chain spaces, and this is how it's looking. There we go. And now we'll start round 6. So we need to replace our hook here, or the white yarn on our hook. So for round 6, we replace the loop on our hook, and now we're going to be working over round 5 and round 4. So first of all, chain 1 and work a single crochet in that top chain, but go underneath the pink yarn as well at the back, like so. Next, work 2 single crochets in the space just to the right of the popcorn stitch, and then work a single crochet into the back of the popcorn stitch and 2 single crochets into the space to the left of the popcorn stitch. Next, single crochet into the top of the double crochet, working over the popcorn stitch round as well, and work a single crochet. Now you repeat this in around each popcorn stitch. So a single crochet into the double crochet, 2 single crochets into the space to the right of the popcorn stitch, a single crochet into the back of the popcorn stitch, 2 single crochets into the space to the left of the popcorn stitch, and then a single crochet into the double crochet. So repeat that all the way around, and you should end up with a total of 48 single crochets. So I'll meet you here. At the end of round 6, when you've done your final 2 single crochets to the left of your popcorn stitch, find the first single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through to close the round with a slip stitch. For round 7, still using the white yarn, chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch. Single crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip a stitch and work a single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And you repeat this all the way around. Chain 3, skip 1, single crochet into the next 2 stitches. You'll end up with a total of 16 3-chain loops. So go ahead and I'll meet you at the end of round 7, just here. So we're almost at the end of round 7. I'll do my final 3 chains, and then in our first single crochet, slip stitch to close. Now we can start round 8. Slip stitch in the next single crochet and slip stitch in the next 3-chain space. We're now going to work this into a little square. To do that, we're going to do the corner first. So chain 3, that will count as your first double crochet. Then work 2 double crochets. Chain 3 and work 3 double crochets. And this is how it's looking. Next, chain 2 and single crochet in the next 3 chain loop. Chain 2 and slip stitch in the next 3 chain loop. Chain 2 and single crochet in the next 3 chain loop. Next, chain 2 and work a corner by working 3 double crochets, 3 chains and 3 double crochets. So if you repeat the sides the same with single crochets, slip stitches, single crochets with 2 chains in between, and 3 double crochet corners with 3 chains in the corner. And I'll meet you here to finish off this round. So here we are now at the end of round 8. We just need to finish off with a slip stitch. So I've done my last chain 2, as you can see, working down the sides, 2 chains, a single crochet, 2 chains, a slip stitch, 2 chains, a single crochet, and the final 2 chains. And we find the third of our beginning 3 chains here, and we work a slip stitch. This is how it's looking. So we're going to start round 9, which is actually a half double crochet round. You begin with 2 chains, and that will count as your first half double crochet. Next, half double crochet into the next stitch, and half double crochet into the next stitch. Then in the corner work 3 half double crochets, two chains and 3 half double crochets. And then we work a half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So what you're doing is actually working half double crochets in each stitch, but down the side you work 2 half double crochets in each space and a half double crochet in each stitch. Two half double crochets in the next space, and then you did a half double crochet in the single crochet, 2 half double crochets in this space, and then a half double crochet in the slip stitch, 2 half double crochets in the next space, half double crochet in the next single crochet, 2 half double crochets in the next space, and then a half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, which happen to be double crochets from the row below for the corner. Now we're back at the corner, and you just work 3 half double crochets, two chains and 3 half double crochets, and then you work the side exactly as we just did. working half double crochets into each of the next 3 stitches. Two half double crochets into the next space and a half double crochet into the next stitch, and so forth. And this is how it's beginning to look. So continue around the sides with your half double crochet row, and I'll see you in a few moments. So once you reach the end of this round, find the second chain you started with, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through to work a slip stitch. Insert a stitch marker next, because we'll come back to this for round, I think it will be 12 or 11. Start round 10. We're going to attach our green yarn in the 4th stitch from any corner. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. As I said before, just attach the yarn however you prefer. Next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then half double crochet in the same stitch. Chain 1, and now that's made your first V-stitch. We're going to skip 3 and then work another V-stitch here. Remember to chain 1 between the V-stitches. So half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet into the same stitch. I'll just get some yarn. There we go. Right, so we've completed 2 V-stitches so far. Next, chain 1, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and V-stitch in the next stitch. One, two, three. You continue this, you should end up in the next corner. So here we are, skipping 3, 1, 2, 3, into the corner with a half double crochet. Next, chain 1, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet, chain 1 and half double crochet. And you'll see you've made 3 one chain spaces. Okay, chain 1, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and start with your V-stitches down this side. So half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet in the same stitch, and so forth. Chain 1, skip 3, and V-stitch all the way down to the next corner, and I'll meet you there. So we're at the next corner now, and we just do a half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet, chain 1 and half double crochet. Chain 1 and half double crochet, so you get 3 spaces, and then work down the next corner exactly the same. Chain 1, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So continue down each side exactly the same and working the corners exactly the same. When you're nearly at the end of this round, you'll find that you have your stitch marker just here, you'll see there's a stitch here, stitch there, and a stitch just to the right. So make sure the stitch marker is in the front. Chain 1 just as usual, and then make sure you do skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and in there with your next V stitch. Then chain 1, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and work your half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet again into the final corner, and then chain 1 and find the second of your starting chains and slip stitch to close. Yarn over, pull through, snip your yarn and pull through to finish this round. Okay, so we're now ready to start the next round. So we'll need to remove the stitch marker and pop our hook back in the loop. To begin round 11, you're going to work over round 10 and also work into round 9. So first of all, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then work a double crochet into the middle of these skipped stitches. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. In the corner we're going to do a half double crochet in the center of these little spaces. So skip 1 space here into the center space in the corner, work a half double crochet, chain 2 and work another half double crochet. Next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and work a double crochet into the center of these skipped 3 stitches here. Chain 3, and this is how it's looking. So all the way down the side, you're going to work 3 chains and work a double crochet in the center skipped stitch on round 9 between the V stitches. It's very similar to when we worked the little circular part of the motif. Chain 3 and double crochet again in this center one. So continue down the side and work the corner exactly the same, and I'll see you in a few seconds. This is how it's looking. So we've worked down this side, now at the corner, so chain 3 as usual and into that center space work a half double crochet, chain 2 and half double crochet. chain 3, and once again into that center stitch a double crochet. So if you continue round the entire round 11, and I'll meet you when you reach here and we'll finish off. So when you've worked your final 3 chains, work into the third of the beginning 6 chains with a slip stitch to close, like so. And once again insert a stitch marker, and we'll come back to round 11 in a little while. Okay, so that's this little round completed, and that's how it's looking. Okay, so let's start round 12, where we're going to start with the little rosebuds. To start round 12, it's a good idea to fold round 11 forwards, and with your pink yarn attach it in the first V-stitch on any side, and begin with a chain of 2. Then work your first rosebud exactly like you did when we did the other rosebud round, and work 4 half double crochets. Remove your hook, insert your hook into the second of your first 2 chains, replace the hook, the loop on the hook, and pull through and chain 3. Now continue down the entire side, and I'll meet you at the other end, just working your little rosebuds exactly as we did before. So you now do 5 half double crochets, and work the little rosebuds like so, with chain 3 in between. Okay, so continue with the 5 half double crochet popcorn stitches or rosebuds, and I'll meet you when you've made the last one in this corner here. So by the time you've worked all the way down this side, you should have a total of 7 popcorn stitches. Now this is the corner here. We ignore that corner, keep this folded forward, but instead of chaining 3 now, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just for the corner. And then we're going to work our next rosebud or popcorn stitch into this V-stitch here. And chain 3 as usual. Don't worry about that 4 chain, it literally just sits at the back of your work later on. And then work all your popcorn stitches with 3 chains in between down the side. Just ignore this corner and work your popcorn stitch into each of these 2 spaces in the corners. Okay, and always remember to put 4 chains across the back there. Right, I'll see you at the end of round 12. So at the end of round 12, you'll end in the corner here. Just end with chain 4, and then in the first popcorn stitch you made, work into the back with a slip stitch to close, and then chain 1, snip your yarn, and then pull through And this is how it's looking. So just push the little rosebuds through those 3 chain loops to complete the round. And then we'll find our stitch marker and start the final round, round 13. So for round 13, remove the stitch marker, reinsert your hook, chain 1, working over round 12 as well. Insert your hook into the chain, the top of that chain, which is representing a double crochet, and work a single crochet. Next, just do 1 single crochet this time to the right of the popcorn stitch, 1 single crochet in the back of the popcorn stitch, 1 single crochet to the space to the right of the popcorn stitch, a single crochet in the double crochet, again making sure you work over the popcorn stitch round as well. And then when you get to the corner, stop when you've reached your final popcorn stitch and worked into the back of it. Then you just work over round 11. So work a single crochet and then a single crochet into the half double crochet, work a single crochet into the corner, 2 chains, and another single crochet into the corner, a single crochet into the half double crochet, and a single crochet into the space. Now we're going to work into the back of the popcorn stitch, working over round 11 as we go, just as we did before. So this is exactly the same all the way down the side, a single crochet in the space after the popcorn stitch, single crochet into the double crochet, single crochet into the space before the popcorn stitch, and a single crochet into the back, like so. So continue this sequence all the way around, working the corners exactly as I've just shown you, making sure that you only crochet over round 11 at the corners. Rewind the video if you need to, and this is how it's looking. So I will meet you here in a few seconds. You just fasten off with a slip stitch. So when you reach the end of round 13 and you've worked your final single crochet to the right of the popcorn stitch, simply slip stitch into the first single crochet you made. Yarn over and pull through. Snip your yarn, pull through, give it a little tug to close, and there you've finished the lovely Rosebud granny square. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please do give the video a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, it would be really lovely if you would, and if you turn the bell notifications on, you shouldn't miss any future videos. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.